Have you ever wondered what the Earth's air like would be if cars didn't exist today? Well, I can tell you that it would be much better than it is now. I got 3 points to give, and my first point is how healthy are the environment, like going green. We're persuading for you to go green, and it would be much healthier for the environment if you could use less toxic chemicals and stuff like that. Second point, it would make the world a better place for more future generations to come, and it could actually make the earth last longer, believe it or not. And the last point is the cons of going green, basically, like the bad side of stuff. So first, my first main point, it's healthier for the environment. Now, according to livestrong.com, cars or any vehicles, any sort of motorized thing with an exhaust pipe on it, it gives out harmful emissions such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, any of those, into the atmosphere, and that then can disrupt the ozone layer. It can cause the greenhouse effect by keeping all the chemicals up in the atmosphere, which doesn't let the sunlight through. When it does, it doesn't let it bounce back out. So it'll just keep the earth heating up, causing global warming. Now, the fuel in the cars, the fuel that we get is made from fossil fuels and coals, such as stuff like that, and those are non-renewable sources. So just continuously digging them up can disrupt the earth's crust. It can cause many catastrophic events and stuff that can ruin our planet for good. And humans are constantly depleting those fossil fuels from the earth, and they don't come back for millions of years. And another thing is trash and pollutants. We can just drink a bottle of water every day, and yes, that's healthy for us, but it's not healthy for the environment just to throw that bottle wherever you want. You can even put that in a trash can and it'll still somehow end up just anywhere. And there's a thing about clothes. There's these microfibers that can come out of clothes that actually can escape through filters, so they can end up in water systems anywhere. So using less hazardous materials would be great for the environment. Now, according to Planet Green, about 137 species of plants and animals go extinct every day due to trash and pollutions. 137. And deforestation. So what we recommend is reducing plastic use and paper products, and that can help towards going green with the environment. It is much safer to do that than to use like paper, cars, plastic, any of that. My second main point is you can make a way better world for our future generations, for your kids, grandkids, their grandkids, any of them. Basically, the less damage you do now will result in not as much damage being done 100 years from now. You can start, like the butterfly effect, you can start by throwing one bottle onto the ground. Someone will walk by and say, hey, people are throwing their trash here. Why can't I do it? And eventually landfills will happen, causing stuff to biodegrade, releasing harmful chemicals into the ground. And like, let's see, if global warming doesn't slow down by our cars' usage, then our atmosphere might just deteriorate and Earth will be inhabitable. Now, according to Going Green, the ice caps will melt really fast due to global warming. That can cause floods, tsunamis, any sort of water distribution. It can just, like, there won't be any land for us to live on anymore. And that can disrupt the ecosystems of animals, causing them to be stressed in a new environment because they're not used to it, and they don't evolve that fast. So species will die much faster than how they really are dying now. And after a few years, everything we need to survive will not be usable. It'll be covered in pollution. There will be pollution everywhere, and it'll be uninhabitable. Third main point is the other side. It costs a lot of more money to go green than actually to just use regular stuff. If you go to like a food restaurant it's actually much more expensive to buy a salad than just a burger. And according to Investopedia, coal is still super cheap, and it also makes a huge part of the world economy. And if we were to go green, such as solar energy, that's a lot of electricity, and electricity is really expensive. That we actually have to import our own electricity because we can't make enough. And another point for that is change is very hard. You might be so used to using something that you used for so many years, and you can't just give that up out of nowhere. And why you shouldn't listen to the other side, it's much better for the environment. In conclusion, I think it's a great idea to go green because it helps the planet live longer.